Music: Whoopi Goldberg, the famous legend of American stage and screen. One of the very few artists in history to win the special EGOT crown, winning all four of the most wanted awards: Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. The unforgettable host of The View, the amazing soul of The Color Purple, Ghost, and Sister Act. Her name shines in Hollywood's Forever Hall of Fame, written with both laughter and deep meaning, proving that one voice can change culture. From the broken walls of a New York housing project, from hunger, disrespect, and being made fun of, she rose to build not only a career, but also a huge, hard-earned fortune and a big empire of power. She left behind a story far beyond any amount of gold. She changed how Black talent was seen on screen, broke through the walls of gender and race, and became living proof that greatness can rise no matter what. On November 13th, 1955, inside the falling-apart Chelsea Elliott housing project of Manhattan, Karen Elaine Johnson, later known to the world as Whoopi Goldberg, came into a world already broken. Her father, Robert James Johnson Jr., a Baptist preacher, had already chosen to leave before her memories could form. Her mother, Emma, worked as both a nurse and a teacher, pushing herself until her body nearly fell apart. With no partner to depend on, she raised Whoopi and her brother Clyde within walls where peeling paint and flickering hallway lights whispered of poverty. Sometimes dinner was nothing more than old breadcrumbs or watered-down milk. Clothes wore thin, shoes fell apart, and not having a father press down on the little girl like a stone she could never shake. By the late 1960s, as Whoopi entered her teenage years, school should have been a safe place. Instead, it became another fight. In classrooms foggy with chalk dust and tests marked with angry red marks, teachers called her slow and stupid. She wasn't lazy. She wasn't dumb. She had dyslexia, a condition no one knew about. For years, I thought I was dumb. Nobody knew it was dyslexia, she said later. By 1971, at just 16, feeling beaten and defeated, she walked away from school. Yet, the most crushing wounds hit even earlier. In 1969, at only 14, still a child herself, Whoopi faced the scary reality of getting pregnant as a teenager. Alone, with no help and no safe place to turn, she tried remedies so unsafe they almost killed her. A year later, in 1970, at 15, she faced the same thing again. This time, the law in New York had just changed, and for the first time, she was able to get safe, legal medical care, a change that literally saved her life. After walking away from school at 16 in 1971, Whoopi carried no diploma, no safety net, and no plan. In that emptiness, she searched for escape. The escape she found was drugs. In the fog of the 1970s, she fell into a tragic spiral, trying substances that promised light, but gave only darkness. LSD, heroin, anything that could silence the echo of her own sadness. Each try to quit was like climbing up a cliff, only to slide back into the pit. Slowly, painfully, she clawed her way out, one battle at a time. Her life became a restless journey, moving westward in search of both survival and meaning. She landed first in San Diego, then in Berkeley, California, putting together a fragile life through an endless string of jobs. She was a waitress, a bricklayer, worked in a funeral home, and taught acting and comedy in dimly lit workshops. Then came 1978, the year another scar carved itself into her soul. On a normal day in San Diego, she looked up and saw the unthinkable. 2 planes crashing in the sky. That single moment burned itself into her mind. For the next 13 years, the sky became her prison. The mere thought of getting on a plane caused waves of panic. While others flew above, Whoopi traveled by bus, mile after mile, city after city. But the world does not wait forever. Eventually, she had to face that fear and board a plane to seize a life-changing opportunity. In 1982, after years of wandering, she finally stepped into the light with her first on-screen appearance in Citizen. That whisper became a roar just a year later. In 1983, she released her one-woman show, raw, powerful, funny, and heartbreaking all at once. Broadway came calling, and Whoopi answered, performing 156 sold-out shows. The world's answer came in 1985. Steven Spielberg cast her as Celie in The Color Purple. The movie earned 11 Academy Award nominations, and Whoopi herself received a nomination for Best Actress. In 1990, she turned laughter into legend as Oda Mae Brown in Ghost, winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, only the second black woman in history to win such a prize. In 1992, Sister Act shot her into international superstardom. The film made over $200 million and carved her name into global pop culture forever. In September 2007, she took her seat at The View as host. But with that chair came a new kind of stage, one without a script, where every unscripted remark could make headlines. Her honesty, once her crown, became a double-edged risk. Various controversies followed over the years, each one picked apart by media and public alike. In 1973, barely 18, she married Alvin Martin. That same year, she gave birth to her only daughter, Alexandria Alex Martin. But the union quickly became another battlefield. By 1979, the marriage was over. She was 23, with a baby in her arms and no partner at her side. Those years were suffocating, a blur of hunger and tiredness. But fate echoed old wounds. In 1989, Alex, only 16, faced an unplanned pregnancy, and Whoopi became one of the youngest grandmothers in the industry. In 1986, she married David Clay's son, a Dutch cinematographer. But as her career soared, their relationship fell apart. By 1988, barely 2 years later, the dream dissolved. In 1994, she tried again with Al Trachtenberg. Within a year, the flame died. By the end of the 1990s, she had been married 3 times. "The only thing I'm married to now is my freedom," she said. By the early 1990s, her heart became tangled with Ted Danson. The storm reached its breaking point in 1993 at the Friars Club roast, where controversy erupted. By the mid-1990s, the romance had dissolved. In 2010, at 54, her mother Emma was gone. Then in 2015, she lost Clyde, her younger brother. The double loss was unbearable. But nothing could prepare her for 2018 and 2019. Pneumonia spread through her lungs. Doctors said she had a 30% chance. For 6 weeks, she vanished from the view. When she finally walked back onto the set, the standing ovation was for survival itself. Now, at 69, Whoopi Goldberg lives in a sprawling estate in New Jersey and keeps a villa in Sardinia, Italy. Her estimated net worth is around $30 million. Her daughter Alex has built her own career, and through her, Whoopi became a grandmother and great-grandmother. She continues to appear daily on The View and champions social issues with fire. In 2025, she launched AWSN, a women's sports network. Her life is proof that survival is about arriving at a place where you can finally sit still and know that every scar was the price of building something lasting.